my mom doesn't let me watch Destiny. Well, it'll be a short video. So, So basically, the TLDW is that I liked hearing him talk about his big fish in a small pond feeling and responding to drama and how he might want to stop doing that and whatever. And I enjoyed hearing his thoughts about that.
I think that there are some things that people are good at that I think they should do the most of, right? If you're like a software engineer and you want to make a really cool game or website, don't waste your time learning how to do art. Like find a 3D artist or an animator or something, do that, right? Don't like focus on what you're good at. Don't try to learn every single thing. It's a bad use of talent, bad use of resources. So I think there are certain things that I am good at, that I think I stand out good at. One is live debate, pretty good at that. Two, I think, is like bridging people. I can talk to a lot of different types of people and have it be okay. The conversations don't go completely to shit. And then there's like some random, quasi-random business skills I picked up on the back end. I watched the Keffel's manifesto thing, and I had like a big realization wash over me. It's a little embarrassing, I think. I feel like when I look at the political sphere that I occupy on Twitter and on YouTube, I guess, and then just like the types of people that I am associating with, I'll say that. I feel like a really big fish in an oppressively small pond. I was a little embarrassed watching the Keffel stuff because, like, watching the wheels turn, watching them try to dig up stuff, watching them try to like do anything. I think I felt more bad for her than anything else, and I hate that feeling. I hate it when I feel bad for people that are legitimately like human filth, and I think she is like scum. But I actually just found myself like feeling bad for her because I realized like how outclassed this person is insofar as every possible thing can be concerned. Like, this is just not a very intelligent person. But I don't think that's an insult to her. I think that's a bigger insult to me because I'm the one that's choosing to spend my time here.
Therein lies the key realization that really made me start to like tune into what he's talking about. Like, I'm happy to hear it from his own mouth because it, I don't know if I'm comparable to Steven, but I would like to think like I'm a pretty bright guy. Like, in case you don't know my background, and people actually have been commenting that I should stop mentioning this, but I will keep doing it because I think it's an important part of my lore and to like understand me as a person and why you might think I'm like autistic about details or whatever other ableist thing you want to throw my way. Like, before doing streaming, I was an essay writer. So yes, if you were doing college, particularly if you were doing a graduate program, I would help you, tutor you. I would help you with editing and drafting your thesis papers. And before that, I had done college papers. And before that, I did high school papers. So like that was always like the illicit thing that I did before I started streaming. And so, I have a reasonable idea of my own intelligence. There's a lot of humbling moments you go through during that kind of line of work where you're meeting professors and people who are like genuinely huge in their field and they're really, really, really smart and they kind of put you in your place. So like I've eaten quite a bit of humble pie doing that job as well. But I feel like I have like a healthy understanding or a healthy worth of my own, intelligence and whatever. And sometimes being on this website and like having to prep the documents that I'm prepping, spending hours of work on some of these debates and discussions, that's part of what burns me out is just thinking like, man, so much of this energy and effort and this ability is going into something that I feel like the opportunity cost of is huge. Like, if I spent the same amount of time tutoring people and giving kids the tools necessary to like succeed not only in grade school but up into college and maybe even in their regular life, or if I was, you know, even at the illicit end, if I was able to help somebody get through their degree program and kind of move on with their life, you know, all of that is perhaps more fulfilling or a better use of my skills as a person than it is to be spending it on these debate reviews and stuff. And so, you know, that's also part of why I'm going to be doing more stuff that I enjoy on the channel, or stuff I found particularly interesting, like the selection of videos today is, you know, I want to do more stuff that I'm personally interested in, so that when it comes time to do the things that you guys are expecting of me, then I can do them and feel good about it, because I have a lot of gas in the tank emotionally and whatever else. So, you know, expect a lot more streams the next couple of months as I'm in Romania and mostly focusing on streaming. We'll see where I go from there. But, you know, as long as that goes well, I'll probably continue trying to pick places where I can work a lot and not do the touristy stuff anymore. Yeah, you know, this is something I've thought about in a gazillion different ways at quite a few points. And when he starts talking about this, it's interesting to hear it from him, because he's somebody who I feel like is in a similar position where he can clearly do like a lot more, but he's spending so much time and energy and attention on people who I don't really feel like deserve it. Because it's not even like this, like Heffel's is challenging him in any kind of like intellectual fashion. It's kind of just like silly drama on the internet. And beyond silly drama on the internet, she's kind of trying to ruin his job and shit too. So it's not like she's like a good person, or like how Irish Laddie used to be, or anything like that either. So it's kind of like a lot of unredeemable qualities wrapped up in a person that he's spending a lot of time and attention on lately.
The problem is VGG and Keppel's audience fell for the manifesto. Yeah, I don't think I care that much. I think what I want to do is I think I want to slowly extricate myself from this space, because I just, it's really dumb. There's just like a lot of stupid things here that I think are beneath me at this point. All of this is going to sound really self-aggrandizing, but I don't care. So I'm thinking, I want to do, I think to start is, I'm going to start with like a soft content ban on like dumb drama shit. So things related to Keffels, things related to Vosh. I think we can still cover like big things. So like if Vosh flubs a debate really hard, if Keffels does something like really stupid, I think that's okay. But I think having like the Vosh just tweeted again that like, you know, trans people are about to be genocide or whatever, I think that this stuff is like a waste of my time. I think we should move out. Somebody in chat said, Destiny, you really love shouting at people. I do love shouting at people and fighting people, but I think I'd rather be fighting people like Tucker Carlson than like Vosh clone number 12, right? Like there's a saying like you are who you hang around, and like what does it say about you if these are the people that are like constantly in your company or in your shadow or in your whatever? Like I just associating with these people over and over and over again is just like really dumb. I don't think I need to be doing this.
And this was another point where I started copying the link and putting it into the show notes. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, this is, I've talked before about how I wish the stream was something that I was comfortable, like, sharing with anybody. Like, you know, if I'm applying for a house, I feel okay telling them what I do and linking them to the stream. Or if I'm in an Uber, I feel okay giving them a business card. Like, I'd like something that's more generally appealing or something I'm actually proud of. Right now, it just feels really cringy to me. And I know you guys like it. No hitting on you, you know. It's just, you know, for the average person and whatever, you know, I don't feel like it says good things about me. So it's another thought of my mind that he's kind of vocalized here.
But yeah, I need to slowly like suck myself out of all of these like weird spaces so that we're not fighting with people. Like these like random losers online, or like just all the random shit. We need to like get out of here, especially because I think there's like bigger stuff going on right now nationally that I think would be more interesting and politically relevant to cover. How do you feel about that Harvard law professor? I think those people are fair game. Blue check marks are always going to be fair game. I think they're always going to be relevant. But I think like when I look at people like Keffels or even people like Vosh at this point, I think these people need me more than I need them. So I think I'd rather focus on doing like actual political shit at least political commentary, rather than like being so fixated on this stuff.
One thing I want to comment on here, and I did see it in the chat earlier, when we're talking about how in the case with IRI, this person was saying these things about IRI, and somebody mentioned, oh man, is this part of the game? Is you just kind of do something like this to get attention from the person or their community or something else, and then you kind of get some publicity off the back of that, whether it's positive or negative? And the answer is yes. Is that the intention of Jason, the person from before? I don't know. Is it the intention of some of the people on the website and on Twitter and on other places? 100%. And whether it's conscious or not, it is part of the game that they're playing, especially if they have an account they're trying to grow and whatever. And it's definitely part of the meta strategy in the Twitch space, you know, and in the Twitch politics space. So, you know, that's happening a lot. And if you're somebody who kind of has his own base of people that really care about him and will watch his content no matter what, the way that Steven has, that's very, very valuable to people that kind of want to abuse that. And so he's kind of in this position where he should be acutely aware that that is happening and that is going on, and that's going to be something he's going to have to live and navigate through. And I think at this point, maybe the, how would you say, the kind of novelty of the interactions he's having with these people have worn off. And with Keffels in particular, like, that was one of the viruses that got out of the lab in Wuhan, if you know what I mean, because the kind of global outbreak cost them a lot of money. And so, you know, some of these are kind of going unfortunate for him as well. And if this decision had come a little bit sooner, maybe he would have been in a better place financially and in a place where he could have maybe made the decision quicker to move on to other shit or fund other projects or whatever. Because I think he's talked about also how he's struggling a little bit, a tiny bit, because of the economy shrinking and the stocks not doing good and whatever. And I'm sure it really hurts not to have the income from Twitch because he got banned, and you know, Keffels took credit for that. So yeah, there's a lot of things pushing him in this direction. I just hope he takes it seriously and really does back off of this stuff. Because the other thing is, too, there are so many of us bottom feeder scrap people that are at the bottom of the ocean. And basically, we only exist because of the existence of this one geothermal vent for like hundreds of miles in every direction. He is the one thing interacting with other things going on, causing and turning the tides of drama. And if he were to go away, I think a lot of people would have to evolve very quickly and figure out something else to do, because I'm not sure they could sustain themselves off of not having him exist anymore, or not having him interact with people anymore. So, you know, I think in a lot of ways that could be a positive for lots and lots of people. And of course, the positive for him, too, in terms of his mental, in terms of what he gets to focus his energy on, you know. Bookie is on point here, and this is very toxic. Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's, you know, I think it's for the best. I would be somebody who would not benefit from him doing that, of course, but in some ways I would, you know. I think pushing us to do this is a good thing. I think.
Can you do a drawing of Sneeko feet? Destiny and Fuentes as the angel, and Devil on his shoulders, whispering in his ears.
Jesus Christ. I think that's the end of this one. That's mostly what I wanted to talk about. So I like the points here. I hope he sticks to it. We'll see if that happens. Like he said, he still needs to make money. So if our boy needs to make money, then maybe he's gotta keep up what he's doing. Listening to Zizek is a lot like, you know, those ladies that like stomp on grapes to kind of like, you know, get the juices out and make wine. Imagine that, you know, a large